Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey with us. We are one growing YouTube family. Thank you so much. If you also like the video, please give a thumbs up. It helps to circulate the video worldwide and people get to recognize our video, our group, our family. Thank you so much. I also would like to mention to you that I do have a crochet private group on Facebook. If you do have a profile, then you're more than welcome to join. You have to have a profile because there's a lot of scammers going around into the crochet groups, and I'm removing myself from them and keeping just one or two that I'm comfortable with. Besides that, I'm taking myself off the other ones. There's too much scamming going on. Be careful with the links that says bit on it. Those are fraud scammers that go through your phone if you're using your phone or your computer. You have to be extremely careful. I also have a crochet page. You can follow me through there. It's the same name, Crochet Art Tutorials by Maggie Lopez. And I also like to mention up top, there's 3 little buttons. You can slow down the video to the speed you would like. Right next to it, there's the closed caption. Everything I will say will be written down here. You can pause the video, take notes, and makes it much easier on everybody. If you have a tight stitch, use a hook bigger, one size bigger. If your stitch is too loose, use a hook one size smaller. It helps to create these beautiful patterns. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Also, I have the PayPal account below in my description box for donations for the women in need of yarn and thread. They're desperately in need. I would appreciate if you guys can help me to get these threads and yarns to these women by donating whatever you feel like. It doesn't have to be millions. Anything counts. Below my video also there's a dollar sign, I think with a little bag or something. That's out of YouTube. These are for the people to help the designers, creators with donations. If anybody is pretending to give me anything, to donate anything for myself by clicking underneath my video where the dollar sign is, I intend to take whatever donations I get for myself and put it towards the women in need. This is my attention to do. I am committed to help these women out, so please help me to help them. Thank you so much. I think I pretty much covered everything. I hope I didn't forget anything. Okay, so let's get started, everyone. Okay, everyone, so today we're going to make a special rug. I'm making a rug. I've also done a doily with it to match the bedroom set. This is for a baby boy that's going to be born in July. And so it's a special set for the little boy. And it's going to be an owl rug. Now, I've been requested for the past, I think, 1.5 to 2 years so many times to create these type of rugs, like the owl, the Mickey Mouse, and things like that, which I never got around to it. So I'm really putting myself to the challenge here. So I've done the rugs. I've done small, medium, and large. Now, as you can see, the bottom one is a little bit bigger. And this is the medium one. And I have the small one, which is complete already. Now I know that it's hard to catch everything here on camera, but I'm sure you saw at the beginning of the pictures what the rug looks like. Now this one is the doily to put like next to the dresser where the tub goes and things like that, and the other two are bigger. It's for the rug to go around the crib. So we are going to get started. So the first thing we're going to do, this is tutorial 1, which will be the face of the rug. We're going to do the tutorial on this first, and then we'll go into the body. I also want to show you a little technique as we go along with the tutorial, or maybe now. So you know how sometimes, you do a certain doily, a certain project, and your threads or your yarn is all crumpled up, especially with thread, So basically, little trick for you guys. you don't have the time to be washing it. Especially, I have quite a few people that sell the patterns that they are creating out of my channel to make a few extra dollars to help them in life, which I'm very happy and excited for you guys that are doing that, that it's helping you in your life routine. It's wonderful. It's a blessing. I'm very happy. So continue on and don't lower your prices. When people really want something, no matter what, they'll find the money to buy it. So, you stick to your guns, stick to your work. You work hard at it, and these threads are not given. Okay, so at the dollar store, you can buy a little bottle like this, very small bottle. Now, I fill this usually with clothing softener. Your laundry, Downing, whatever brand you use, softener. So I fill this up only with softener. And what I do is, your patterns are like crumpled up and you don't have time to wash it to give it to your client or even for yourself or for as a present. What you do is you spray a bit of this. First, it's going to smell good. Second, this is blocking your stitches, so you don't have to do any more blocking than this. Just put a little squirts here and there, and you stretch out your pattern. Okay, just stretch it nice. It's going to smell good, and it's going to be flat like the one I have there. That's already dried out. I left it overnight to dry, sprayed it and stretched it. So you're going to have a nice firm, as if it was pressed ironed, and smelling really, really good. Either you're giving it as a gift or you're selling it. It's just perfect. You don't have to go through the hassle of washing and ironing and whatever, because you don't want to sell something that's all crumpled up. It doesn't look good. Okay, so this is a little trick for you. Very easy. So you don't have to put much. You just put a bit, and with your hands, just stretch it out. Okay, and let it dry. Let it stay flat in the area for a few hours and let it dry. Okay, so we're going to get started on this tutorial. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, so I'm using a 5-ply, which you can use easily a 3-ply by Aunt Lydia. It's perfect for these. So I have the white, I have the yellow for my beak, I have the black for my eyes, and I have the royal blue for the rest of the pattern. Okay, normally if you're using Aunt Lydia, you should be using hook 4 or 4.5. I'm going to use a 3.5 because I want my stitch to be firmly in. Okay, but if your stitch is too tight, use a hook bigger. If it's too loose, use a hook smaller. Okay, so for each pattern, it's about 250 grams of the white and also 250 grams about of the blue to complete the whole pattern. You don't need much of the yellow because it's just for the beak, and you don't need much of the black because it's just for the eyes. So you're looking at maybe 10 grams each or something, not even. Okay, so let's get started, everyone. Don't forget you need a pair of scissors and a small hook to tie it in loose ends. And use that little trick. I'm telling you, it works and it smells so good. Okay, everyone, so the first thing you want to do is make that magic circle. So you turn once as you're making a shoelace, or do a 6 chain and close it up with a slip stitch if you cannot do the magic circle. So inside of here, I'm going to do 2 chain, but if your chain is too tight, then do 3. This will equal a double crochet, or the same as a double crochet. And in here, I'm going to do 15 more double crochets. So we're going to have a total of 16 double crochets. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, coming to the end, let me see if I can do something about this lighting. So I have 16 double crochets. I don't know, this lighting is just horrible. Let's see if maybe this is better. Too dark. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. So I have my 16. I'm going to pull on my string and close it up, and I'm coming into the third chain here with a slip stitch. So now we have a little circle. I'm going to walk, I call it the walk, into the next space, and I'm going to do a single with 2 chains. This is like a double crochet. I really don't like the sliding. Trying my best here. In the same space, I'm going to do another double crochet. Of course, this is a 6-ply, so threads, and I'm not using the proper hook just because I want a nice tight fit. But make sure that you use the proper hook if you're not, especially if you're not experienced. So we're going to do 2 double crochets per space. So we'll have 32 double crochets at the end. 2 double crochets in the same space. I'll meet you at the end. I've come to the end and I have my 32 double crochets. I'm coming into the third space and I'm closing in with a slip stitch. Again, I'm going to do the walk over to the next space and I'm going to do a single. We're going to have a total of 4 rows. So I'm going up chain 2. For some of you, chain 3. So single, chain 2 or 3 for some of you. In the same space, I'm doing another double crochet. Next space, 1 alone. Next space, 2 double crochets together. And this row will be the same way all the way around. Next space, 1 double crochet alone, next space, 2 together. Now remembering, we will need 2 exact same thing. The only difference is when you create the second one, don't cut the thread off. We'll need it to add on to this one so we can make the face. Okay, so we pretty much finished doing the third row, 2 together, 1 alone. We're going into the fourth row, which is the last row. So again, I'm walking over to the next space and doing a single and 2 chain. This is equal a double crochet in the same space, another double crochet. So now this time we're going to have 2 double crochets alone and 2 together. So we have our first double crochet alone, our second, and our third one we're doing 2 together. Again, 1 double crochet alone, next space 1 double crochet alone, and next space 2 together. We're going to do it like that all the way to the end, and you can cut the thread and create another one exactly the same, but don't cut the thread. I'm going to finish mine up, I'm going to cut the thread, and I'm going to create the next one and come back to you so we can assemble the face together. Okay everyone, so we pretty much did the 2 the same exact size, okay, the 4 rows, and now we, like I mentioned, we keep the thread, we wouldn't cut this one. Now what are we going to do? We're going to put front and front together, so that means we have back part facing us and back part, and we're just going to come any space back here, okay, and we're going to pull our thread to through it and pull this one in and do a slip stitch. Now we're going to go in, we're going to do this 10 times each space as you see here, right, and we're going to go into the back one, also grabbing all loops coming out We don't want it too loose. We want to give it a nice tight, and doing a single. Again, on the next space, coming out and the other side and grabbing the back one also, okay? Coming in and single. We're going to do this 10 times, okay? So 10 singles. So this is our third. Make sure that you are lined up because we don't want any holes on the face. This is the fourth. This is the fifth. And make sure that we grab the right one. This is the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the 9, and the 10th. So 10 singles. It's going to give you a nice straight line here. And then we cut our thread. Slip stitch through it. And now we've assembled the face together, which gives us a nice perfect fit like that. And the back, it stays like, you know, like a bridge. But we don't mind, we don't care about that because that's going to be on top of the pattern. You won't be able to see it. Okay, so then you're tucking in your loose ends and in and out through some of the holes back here. And just pull it well together. So all of this will be hidden behind the pattern no matter what, but you still want to tuck in your loose ends here because we don't want anything to come apart. This, I will be gluing it into the pattern with hot gun glue. So, but you know, for some people that prefer to stitch the face on, you can. I've done my work, most of my work with hot gun, and nothing ever came apart as long as it's well glued and dried. Okay, and of course this one too, you would tuck in between the loops here, the first row that we did. Get it in through these loops back here a couple of times, and we're sure that nothing is gonna come apart. It should be okay. Spin it around a few times. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to grab our blue color, whatever color you're doing. So I have my royal blue. Now, we're going to count not where we have this stitch here. Okay, we're going to count 1, okay, so 1, 2, on your third chain, okay, from this one, or if you want to count this one, it's your fourth. 1, 2, 3. On your fourth, we're going to do a single and 2 chain for me. Could be 3 for you if your stitch is tight, okay? Now, next space, double crochet. The next 2 spaces, we are doing an incomplete. Right on the last one here, also an incomplete. In the center of the attachment, we're doing an incomplete, and the space right after, we're doing an incomplete also. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so we have 2. On this one, 1, 2, 3, and 4. No, we're going to close it in. So we close 3 in. Next space, it's an incomplete. So we're right before the middle of the attachment. So we have 1 right on the attachment, 2, right next space, 3. So that means we have 4 on the hook, and again, next space. So now we have 5. That means we have 1 from here from the 3 that we did. So 2 double crochet, the 3rd one incomplete, the 4th one incomplete, the 5th one incomplete, the 6th one incomplete, and the 7th one incomplete. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the hook. And now we're going to close it all together. Next space, we are going to do double crochet, normal double crochet. So we're going to count 15 double crochets with this one. Do we have enough lighting here? I gotta make sure we have enough lighting here. So we have 1 double crochet already. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, until you get 15. So I'm in my 15 double crochet, and that's counting right after we closed all of them in. So we did our first double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. On the same one, we're going to do another double crochet. So we have 2 together on number 15, and we're going to count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, until 15. You add another one in the same space, okay? So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, until you get 15, and put 2 together, and then we continue on. I'll meet you here, and we're going to do exactly the same thing on this side as we did here. So again, I did my 15 from the one counting right after we did these 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I added 2 together. Okay, and now we're going to count 15 again. So we're at 15 again, and add 1 more in the same space. These are the increases that we're doing, and we'll be doing the same thing to this one. So now we don't need to count because we're going right into the center there, into the 4th, until the 4th. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I have 1, 2, 3 left. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is the 4th, the same thing like we did here. Okay. Whoops. Now, double crochet. So that would be like 2 and 3, exactly like we have here. Now we're going to do the incomplete. 1, 2, right in the center. Oops. 3, right after the center 4, and the next one 5. We're going to close it all together exactly like we did on this side, and now we start counting the 15 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you count until you're 15. On your 15, you're going to add 2 together. My lighting is terrible. Okay, and then again you count 15 and you add 2 together, exactly like we did on this side. Okay, everyone, so we pretty much closed in with the slip stitch. Now we're going to come in exactly on the stitch here and do 5 double crochets. The neighbor's dogs are going nuts. I think it's the mailman or maybe some cat. So we have 3, 4. My thread is all over the place. And one more, 5. Okay, so now we're going to count 1, 2, and 3. We're going to close it in with slip stitch. We're going to go 1 and 2. So you're going to slip stitch. So basically we are on the 3rd double crochet. We're going to turn around and we're going to come on top of the 1st double crochet with 2 double crochets in the same space. Next space, 2 double crochets together. So we're going to have a total of 10 now. 2 double crochets in the next space, 2 double crochets in the next space, and 2 on the last space. We're going to count 1, 2 on the 3rd double crochet. We're going to slip stitch. Oops. Okay, so now we've closed it with a slip stitch. We're going to slip stitch again. That's 2 slip stitch, and on the 3rd one, counting with the one we closed in. So now we're going to turn around. On the 1st double crochet, we're going to do 2 double crochets again together on the same space. Next one, 1 alone. Next one, 2 together. Next one, 1 alone. And next one, 2 together. Next one, 1 alone. Next one, 2 together. One alone. 2 together. And the last one alone. We're going to come in the 1, 2, and the 3rd space. We're going to close it in with a slip stitch. Now, so we have 1 slip stitch we closed in. This is 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just check my other one. Okay, so after we do the 5 slip stitch, counting from the one we closed in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, we're coming in with chain 2 or 3 for some of you. Next space, double crochet. So now we're going to do a total of 9 double crochets. So now we've done the 9 double crochets. We're going to turn our work to the back. Chain 2 for me, chain 3 for some of you, next space, double crochet. So we won't do the last, we're decreasing now the years, okay? We won't do the last double crochet. So we're going to have a total of 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We don't do the last one here. We're going to turn around again. Chain 2 for me, chain 3 for some of you. And now we're going to have 7 double crochets. We don't do the last one again. We're decreasing. So 2, 4, 6, 7. We're going to turn around again. 1, 2 double, 2 chain. Now this last row, we're going to do the end complete. Okay, so now I have 3, 4, 5, and 6. We don't do the last one. So we have 2, 4, 6 on the hook, and now we close it all together and cut your thread. We're going to proceed with the other year. So we're just going to tuck in this loose end thread here. So we're just going to bring the thread to the back, pull it well together, come in through some of the loops back here. Remembering that all of this will be glued or stitched to the pattern, so none of these, whatever little stitch you have back there, it won't show. So turn your pattern to the front again. Now remembering, we have right next to where we did the first the first chain, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. On your 13th, so we have to count it on the other side too, the same way. So we have to count on the 13th, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whoops, lost track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. On the 13th, we come in with a single and 2 chain. So we're creating this year now. So for some of you, it's 3 chains. So make sure I grab these threads properly. So 2, we have to do the 9 double crochets again. So we're basically repeating the year. 4, 5, 6, 2 loose, 7, 8, and 9. Now we have 1, 2, 3. We're on our 4th one, exactly like on this side. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 on the 4th one. We're going to turn around, chain 2 for me, chain 3 for some of you, and we're going to do the 8 double crochet. We're going to decrease exactly like we did on the other year. Two, 4, 6, 8. Turn around, chain 2 again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Turn around. And now we're going to do 2 chain and do the 6 incomplete. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and close it all together and cut your thread. And tuck in the loose end. Okay, everyone, so now we're going in with whatever color you're using for the beak. I'm going to use this light baby yellow. Gotta get all my threads in there. Now, we're going to, on the right side, of course, we don't count the one that we closed in. Okay, remember we closed these ones in, we don't count these ones. 1, 2, 3. On your fourth one, single and 2 chain. For some of you, 3 chain. Next space, double crochet. So we're going to have 3 double crochets here. Okay, so we have the 3 double crochets. Next one, we're going to do the incomplete. Trying to hide my thread here. I'm not going to do this one here because this is part of the closing. So I'm going, actually no, I'm going into this one here, sorry, into the incomplete. I'm not doing this one here because that's the closing one. So I'm coming right after. And we have 4 on the hook. That means 3 incomplete. And I'm going to close it all together. And then I'm going to do the 3 double crochets, exactly like we just finished doing on the other side. So we have 1, 2, 3 that we didn't close, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 incomplete, and then close it. We're going to turn around, 1, 2 chain for me, maybe 3 for some of you, and I'm doing 2 double crochets. I'm gonna incomplete this one, so 1 incomplete, 2 incomplete, and 3 incomplete. So we have 4 on the hook there. I'm going to close it all together, and I'm going to complete the other 2 exactly like we did on the other side. So we have these 2 that we did double crochets complete, these 2 complete, and the 3 here incomplete. We're going to turn around. Two chain, or 3 for some of you. Now we're going to close this all out together. So incompletes, that's 2 incomplete, 3, 4, and my last one, 5. And now I've closed my beak completely. And we're going to tuck in the loose end. And that pretty much does it for the beak. So cute. Okay, so now people, we're going to create the eyes, which is very simple, just magic circle and 16 double crochet. I've already have it on my needle because we're going to sew it in order to do the curve of the eye and the lashes. Okay, but you have to leave a good amount of string on there in order to stitch the eye around. Okay, normally I glue stuff, but in this case I'm going to stitch the eye if I can, because I will need to use the needle to do the lashes anyway. So we're going to do magic, 3 chain, and 16 double crochet. And then don't cut your thread. You need to stretch your thread out and then put it into the needle so we can stitch it on. Okay, so simple as that. 16 double crochet. Okay, so I've done my 16 double crochet. I'm just going to pull quite a bit of thread here, cut it, and then I want to pull this long thread just to make it that knot. Okay, and then just tuck in the loose end here from where we started the magic circle. Go around a few times on the loops back here on your first, on your 16 double crochet. And like this, you're sure that nothing comes apart, right? And we're going to put this aside. And now we're going to stitch the first eye in. Whoops, grabbing the wrong thread here. So you're going to position the eye, make sure you have the right side up. Now, I'm not going to put exactly on the center because I want to turn that little curve. So I'm going to put it where my center circle is here. I'm just going to line it right next to it. And this one, the little edge here of the thread, I'm going to just angle it a bit. But of course, you can do whatever you want. Almost on the second row of the line here. Okay, so I'm putting my needle to the back completely. Whoops, not good. I thought I had closed in my stitch and I hadn't, so it was coming apart. Wasn't a good thing, was it? Okay, so I'm going to basically the edge of my black one. Try to get you more into camera. The edge of the black one's right on the center of the knot there of the circle. So I'm pulling my thread into the back. This is going to be very, very simple. And I'm coming in the next stitch to the front. And then into the next stitch to the back. Trying to get it properly here. So your eyes are going to be well sewed in. Next stitch to the front. Next stitch to the back. And make sure you hold your finger there on the eye so it doesn't move, so you have it all in position. Next stitch to the front. And you continue on until you meet again back here where we started. Okay, so I pretty much have it exactly where I started off. Now I'm going to come across right in position here, and I'm coming in to the second row, right on the lining of the second row, as you can see. Okay. Now, I'm just gonna go back just a little bit here on the space. And I'm coming in 1, 2 on my third double crochet, just like that. And then back again, 1 space back, coming into the second other double crochet so we can get this curve going. And then back again a little bit. We don't want to take the thread out, right? So we have to come back a space. And again, just like that. And come back a little bit of a space here. again, you're right on the line on the second row, okay? Just to firm that up a little bit. And then you keep going. Until you count, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I'm going to do about 20. But you see how yours line up, okay? Okay, so now that I find that it's just a perfect, so I have 20 double crochets on there. So I'm going to come up from the back to the top one here, which is 1, 2, 3, third row. And I'm going to come back again and do my first lash. And then I'm coming in, like, let's say, skip 2 double crochets. And then into the next one up here. Now, I don't want it to be higher than the other one, so I'll just, but if you wanted to make it like the bigger lash, then you can go higher. Then I'm skipping 2 double crochets again. You can do 3, you can do 2 lashes. It's really up to you. So I have 3 now, and I'm skipping again 2 double crochets. Just going to put it up here and coming in. And I'm just going to come right back here because I want to make sure it's not going to move anywhere. And then back into the same space as I had it. Okay, so now it's going to look like this on the back, but this will not show on the pattern because it will be stitched or glued onto the pattern. So now you just make a few knots back here. You want to make sure you don't lose any of the thread of the lashes. Just like that. So it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, and now you're going to repeat the same thing on the other side of it. Okay, you guys, so we're pretty much done with the face. So this is part 1 of the owl rug doily, and now we're going to go into the full body of the owl. So I'll meet you in part 2 video. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you're going to create it. Send me some pictures through Instagram or join me on my Facebook group by requesting to join. Hopefully you have a profile and you'll be accepted because, like I said, I like it to keep it private and not so much hackers coming in like they're doing in a lot of groups. Okay, so I'll see you in part 2. Thank you so much, everybody. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.